Hey guys, welcome along to the Mishmash Science Lab. Today we are doing some really cool stuff. Another couple of experiments for you to learn about and try yourself at home if you would like to. Now this first one is something that you will have to have an adult along for because we will be using fire. So make sure an adult is present if you're going to do it. But basically today we're going to be learning about how invisible ink works. So invisible ink has been used for over 2,000 years now by generals, secret agents who are trying to pass on different messages. Also people trying to write love letters to each other so maybe you can do that if you've got a bit of a crush on someone at school. Maybe you can slip them a note and with some invisible ink on it. But it's all about how you reveal the invisible ink, which is what I'm going to teach you today. So the things you're going to need to do our invisible ink are some white paper, some lemon juice in a bowl, a lighter, and a cotton bud. So let's get on to it. So I'm going to grab our white piece of paper and we're going to dab our cotton bud into our lemon juice, and that is basically going to be our ink. But like I say, it's all about our heating method then afterwards to reveal the ink. So I'm going to write a bit of a message on here. It's good to do it nice and strong so that the lemon juice gets right into the paper. So, I'm not writing a love letter to anyone, don't worry, but I am going to write Mishmash forever, which is pretty cool. Maybe this could be like something that we stick around the office to annoy everyone else here at TV Central and TV Rotorua. But it is lots of fun, and there are heaps of other things that you can use other than lemon juice. You might want to try things like orange juice, apple cider vinegar or malt vinegar, anything that's like quite acidic anyway, because it's all about letting the acid soak into the paper, and then I'll explain to you how that works a little bit later on with our heating method, but we'll let our ink dry and then come back very soon. Cool, so our lemon juice / invisible ink has dried now, and it is time to reveal what we have written. Well, you already know what we have written, but look, you can hardly see it on the paper. It's just a little bit bumpy. So now I'm just going to grab my lighter, and if we hold it underneath the paper without burning it, of course, then we will be able to reveal what it says. So, because basically what happens is the acid weakens the paper a little bit, and it actually dries, it actually goes browner before the paper does, if that makes sense. So quite cool. Let's see if it's going to reveal. Oh, there we go, there's an M. But imagine if we had a whole A4 piece of paper with a message on it. That would be a very long one. So join us soon and find out what the rest of it says. But let's head along into the kitchen now to see what else is happening in the Mishmash Science Lab. Well, now that we are in the kitchen, I am going to teach you how to make your very own Oobleck, which is so epic. You may have made it at school before. We actually made it at Barclay Middle School in Hamilton recently, but basically it's a substance that doesn't have a consistent viscosity, which is how fluid flows. Like water has a constant viscosity because it always flows the same, but with Oobleck, basically it can be a liquid if you hold it loosely in your hands, or it can act as a solid if you hit it hard. So it's pretty amazing. So the kind of ingredients we're going to be using today are some red food colouring, about half a cup of water, and 1 cup of corn flour. So we're going to mix up the food colouring with the water first, and then pour the food colouring and water into the corn flour and make our very own Oobleck. Wow, how crazy is Oobleck? You really have to try making it at home for yourself because it's so easy to make, and it's just incredible to see what it feels like on your fingers. You know, when you start rubbing it together, it becomes really solid, and then it will just all of a sudden run through your fingers. So it is heaps of fun. So make sure you check out our website, mishmashtv.co.nz, if you want to learn how to make it yourself. And remember that if you do want to make it a bit thicker, just add a bit more corn flour. If you'd like to make it a bit thinner, just add some water. And if you want to make heaps of it, then you just have to add 1 part water, 2 parts corn flour, if that makes sense. We will explain that more on our website, but thanks heaps for hanging out with me in the Mishmash Science Lab. We'll see you next time. And check out how our invisible ink turned out. Pretty cool, eh?